Welcome back into Sports Drive. Once again, I'm your host, Preston Moore. Mentioned high school basketball started up recently here in the area. Joining me to talk about one of the biggest games that we'll have all season long, which was last night, Amarillo High and Monterey, is Texas Panhandle Sports Director, or Texas Panhandle Sports Network Director, Mike Roden. It's a lot of words. I got confused, even though your logo's right behind you. I shouldn't have messed that up. Mike, you were calling the game last night, Amarillo High and Monterey. Obviously, some of Monterey's stars did not play, which led to it being a bit of a blowout in the favor of Amarillo High. But that being said, what did you see out of the Lady Sandies?
Well, first of all, the game kind of turned into a dud. I mean, really, it wasn't what you expect between number 2 and number 3 in the state. As you said, Monterey didn't have their star players. They were missing 3 key starters. That really is their total offense. And so they just, the girls that they did play gave it all they had, but it was almost like a varsity versus junior varsity match, really. Amarillo High, though, that being said, looked very impressive. They shot the ball extremely well. And, I wondered going in, I had a few questions, hadn't seen the Lady Sandies up to this point. I had a few questions about where they were going to get the offense this year. I know Tatum Bell is a returner. She's a great player. But, you lose a player like Mackenzie Smith and a couple of others that helped out last year. That's a big loss. And so I was wondering, where are they getting this offense from? And obviously Jada Graves is another outstanding player. And she definitely, and Tatum, both, I thought, played really well last night, especially Jada. So that was not unexpected. But what was not expected was a player that I did not know of that apparently was very good on the junior varsity last year was Bella Edwards. She came out and just lit it up from beyond the arc. And she wasn't the only one. Amarillo High shot the ball very well from the perimeter especially. And but Bella Edwards in particular, 23 points in the first half alone. And had 7 of those were 3-point baskets. And, I was posting some highlights on social media earlier of some of her 3-pointers. And I think she ended up with 27 points total, but she didn't play a whole lot in the second half like she did the first half. But that was a very pleasant surprise to see Edwards, who's a junior, step up and show her. She has great form on the outside shot, great form shooting, and just very impressed with her. And then the bench play I thought was good for the Lady Sandies. So the cupboard is definitely not bare for Amarillo High. They've got some others who are stepping up, filling those big shoes from last season. Yeah,
one thing that in particular about this game, I feel like the big headline is going to be, well, Aaliyah Chavez sat out.
Of course.
Obviously Monterey's star point guard, one of the most highly touted recruits in the country at that level. But that being said, I think Aaliyah Chavez, obviously she's a great player on all sides of the ball. She's a great defender, as well as she is a great offensive player. I think she makes a bigger difference for Monterey on the offensive side of the ball with her court vision and with her scoring abilities. That being said, for Amarillo High to do what they did on the offensive side of the ball, I think you put Aaliyah Chavez in there, you put some of those Monterey starters in there. Obviously, Amarillo High is going to have a tougher time on offense, and Monterey is going to improve on defense, but maybe not as much as they would improve on the offensive side of the ball in that regard. So I would take last night's showing from Amarillo High as a really good sign of things to come on the offensive side of the ball. Oh, I think it is too. I agree with everything you said. And plus, on defense, I thought Amarillo High was just suffocating Monterey. And yes, it would have been different had Chavez and her penetrating ability, been a part of the game. Ambrosia Cole, their outstanding sophomore, is a great shooter and slashes to the basket as well. So yeah, it would have been different, but I'm not sure the outcome would have been different. I think Amarillo High would have still won the game unless Chavez had gone off for 57 or something like that. Like capable, like she did last week at that tournament. She hit one game, she had 57 points. So, but yeah, I was very impressed with Amarillo High, and I think they're going to be. I'm not sure. Again, they're 3rd in the state. I don't know if that ranking might be a little too, too good for them, but they're not far off that, honestly. From no complaints here in the Panhandle. If you're going to rank one of our teams 3rd in the state,
we'll take it.
We're okay with that.
But and Coach Jeff Williams doesn't let that get to the players' heads. I mean, he keeps it in perspective. The players do. They're good at that. So they're still working hard and improving, and they're 8-2. That's a very good start to the season.
It is a very good start to the season. Do you think that out of the team teams here in the Panhandle when it comes to the girls basketball side of things. Do you think they're one of the teams that may be able to make a deeper playoff run? It's early to say, but
it is. Yeah, I think definitely Amarillo High will be in the mix, for a deep run in the postseason, possibly a regional tournament berth. They're going to have to get past, and it depends on, first of all, how they do in district. Tascosa is going to have a say-so. Lady Rebels are playing some very good basketball and expected to contend for the district crown with the Lady Sandies. So it depends who will play Monterey. I think Monterey will win their district again, just behind Chavez. And so we're looking at another third-round clash between their district, District 4, and District 3. Winner. So whether it's Amarillo High or Tascosa, we'll see. But I think both the Lady Sandies and Lady Rebels have a chance to make a deep playoff run. And then, of course, we've got so many other great teams. It's going to be a fun girls basketball season.
Going to be a really great season. And one thing I would think that everyone, whether you're in Lubbock or whether you're in Amarillo, whether you're anywhere in the Texas Panhandle, I think what anyone would look forward to and hope for is not just another rematch of Amarillo High and Monterey, but in the playoffs with Monterey's stars in the game to really get that full experience again.
And after what happened last year, it will be even bigger, the matchup this time around, I think. So yeah, hopefully something like that pans out, because it sure was fun last year.
It would be really incredible. Mike, thank you for joining the show. Really appreciate it. Obviously, we don't know when games will be streaming again, but if you want to check out the Texas Panhandle Sports Network, where can we do that?
We'll do that at tpsnsports.com. We'll have that full game schedule posted later this week.
Awesome. Very exciting. Mike, thank you once again for joining. Always appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more Sports Drive to wrap things up right here after this break.